Am I live? Am I live? Might check, might check. Can y'all hear me? Okay, cool, whatever. I'm start regardless. When y'all come in here, hit the like button, comment below, share, do all that. I'm doing this quick boxing stream. I gotta get a lot off my chest this morning. I'm gonna say this right now. We got Keith Thurman news. We got Bob Arum in the news, running his mouth in interviews. Tyson Fury, Eddie Hearn, Sergey Kovalev. It's a lot of stuff going on. Conor McGregor and Pacquiao want to do something. That's cool. I'm gonna start off. I don't even know where I'm gonna start. I'm gonna start with Sergey Kovalev. Okay, you tested positive for synthetic testosterone. Damn, you couldn't even afford the real stuff. Damn, synthetic. Now he was supposed to fight at the end of this month on the zone. He was going to be Sergey Kovalev was going to be fighting a guy with I believe 6 fights, 5 knockouts. I don't know who this guy is. I don't know who he is. First fight back from the Canelo loss, Nonetheless, man, you test positive for synthetic testosterone. You couldn't even afford the real stuff. Now he denied it. His people denied it, and that's cool. You know what I'm saying? They said they're going to test the B sample. Could have probably been in some supplements. It is what it is. I wish nothing but the best for you. I really don't care about you, but I don't wish anything bad on anybody. So with that being said, if, whatever happens, happens. It is what it is. It's out of my hands. I didn't care about the fight anyway. I ain't gonna lie to you. First fight back, you fight a dude with six fights. Like, what do you think is gonna happen in that scenario? Honestly, I don't know. I have no idea who the guy was. Never heard of him a day in my life. Nonetheless, I'm moving on from this crap. Sergey Kovalev, that's on you, bro. The zone, that's y'all's problem now. Nonetheless, who else we got? Keith Thurman in the news, man. He went live. He was talking some stuff, boy. He would no. Actually, let me get to Bob first because that's gonna piggyback into the Keith Thurman news. Now, Bob Arum did an interview with Boxing Conversations. I mean, Barbershop Conversations. Saying go check that out. But yeah, he did an interview and he was asked about Tyson Fury, Deontay Wilder, how the litigations is going, talking about AJ and Fury situation, Sean Porter and Terrence Crawford, Keith Thurman. And I'm gonna start with the Keith Thurman situation. What he said about Keith Thurman was, Keith Thurman's people reached out to him, trying to negotiate with him, and that was kind of piggybacking off of the Sean Porter situation. How supposedly Bob had offered Sean Porter $1 million, and Sean Porter felt a certain way about it. He felt disrespected. You're gonna offer me $1 million? You put taxes in, it's like what, 600,000, 700,000. That's a lot of money to us, but to them, when you get millions and millions of dollars of fighting nobody, then I get a mandatory title shot, and you offer me a fleasley little $1 million with probably most likely no back end money. You know what I'm saying? I would feel a certain way about it too. And with that being said, I don't know if that fight's gonna happen between Terrence Crawford and Sean Porter. But Keith Thurman, who's said he wants to fight Errol Spence. I'm in the car, so excuse me, I gotta make this turn, so I had to put the signal light on. I don't know if it's loud, but yeah, so Keith Thurman wants to fight Errol Spence. Errol Spence has no desire to fight Keith Thurman. It is what it is. If you know the history behind that, it is what it is. I would like to see the fight. I feel like if we're not getting Bud and Errol Spence, I don't want to see Errol Spence fight anybody else on PBC side but Keith Thurman. You can love him, you can hate him. It is what it is. Every fight Keith Thurman's in is a competitive fight, whether he wins or loses. Nonetheless, he only has one loss to Manny Pacquiao, split decision, very entertaining fight. But Bob was asked about Keith Thurman, and Keith Thurman, he said that Keith Thurman's people reached out to him trying to negotiate. And, Keith Thurman went live yesterday and just destroyed Bob Arum. He said, I don't want to curse, but he said F top rank, F Bob Arum. Bob Arum's the worst. He's a terrible promoter. He's trash. All the greats that he has left him, which is true, nonetheless. It is true. All the great fighters that he had has left him. He's cheap. He doesn't want to spend any money. He wants a top-notch fight, but he doesn't want to pay top dollar for the fight to the fighters. Hey, I can agree, but I mean, it is what it is. Obviously, Bob knows what he's doing. He's been in the game for about 30,000 years now. You know what I'm saying? Since the beginning of time, he's been alive. But nonetheless, I think he knows what he's doing. But this is a different day and age now. Like, these fighters are really getting money. And that's one of the benefits of being with PBC and Al Heyman, because he's teaching these fighters how to get even more money. So instead of the promoter walking away with the majority of the money, these fighters get the money that they deserve to have. And I can't do nothing but respect that. But it's bad for a promoter. You know what I'm saying? If you want that money, like you want to keep all the money in house. You want to do in house fights. You want to keep all the money for you yourself. And it is what it is. It's just a push and pull type of thing. But that's why Terrence Crawford's not getting any big fights because of Bob Arum. That's it. That's the reason. Bob Arum is in the way. That's real. It's the reason why Floyd left. It's the reason why De La Hoya left. It's the reason why Manny left at the end. It's just crazy how Manny gets all these super big fights, you know what I'm saying? And then he leaves Top Rank and gets an even bigger fight. He gets paid $20 million for Adrian Broner, $20 million for Pacquiao. I mean for Keith Thurman. And he gets out of his tax situation that he had. But when he was with Top Rank, he had a tax situation. Like, how does that happen? That just goes to show, you know what I'm saying? Bob Arum, he knows what he's doing. He knows what he's doing. But nonetheless, Keith Thurman went ham on Bob Arum yesterday. It was crazy. He also said that he wanted to fight Errol Spence, and you know, saying there was a time where he kind of brought up the old times where Sean Porter kind of ducked him. And I'm gonna be honest, every fighter goes through a period of calling out the best, getting ducked by the best, and it is what it is. Now, like Errol Spence said, the tables have turned. I get that. Tables do turn sometimes. But nonetheless, the same thing that you are doing to Keith Thurman, I mean, that supposedly was done to you by Keith Thurman, you are doing to Bud right now. The same exact thing. It's always that guy wants to be great, wants to fight the best, wants a chance at all the belts, and another guy just wants to have the belts and do in-house fights and stay over here. Now listen, Terrence Crawford has to come over to PBC in order for that fight to happen, or for any big fights to happen. It just seems like Bob Arum, and no disrespect to Bob Arum and Top Rank, salute to them. You know what I'm saying? I love the production of their shows. They show a lot of love. But it does seem like Bob, for whatever reason, he gets that WBO belt and he holds on to it. I don't know if it's just throw a monkey wrench in everybody else's plans, but he will hold on. He will keep that champion on that side. You know what I'm saying? I don't like it. But yeah, Bob was also asked about how the mediation is going between Deontay Wilder and Tyson Fury. He said, you know, mediations are going back and forth or whatever, but Tyson Fury has verbally came out and told Bob Arum he will never fight Deontay Wilder because of the comments that he said when it came to the glove gate, calling him a gypsy, saying that he stole something from him and he cheated him and stuff like that. I'm not getting into all of that, but that's what he said. Now, I don't know how the fans feel about it. Even if you are a Deontay Wilder hater, Tyson Fury fan, you got to be real. If it wasn't for Deontay Wilder getting Tyson Fury motivated to lose all that weight, come back, give him his 2 fights, you know what I'm saying, to two tune-up fights to get ready for a big fight, have a draw, decide, no, you're not going nowhere, come on back, let's do this rematch so we can have a clear winner. Doing the rematch, losing. Do you guys not think that Deontay Wilder deserves a shot to get his belt back? We got to be real. We got to be real. Deontay Wilder does deserve a shot and a chance to get his belt back. It's a trilogy. He's contractually obligated to give that man a 3rd fight. I don't care how you feel. Oh, I feel disrespected. I don't give a damn. It's a fight. Since when do you have to like the guy, or you know what I'm saying, for you to fight the guy? Like, what type of fighters are we having nowadays? Just like with Errol Spence saying, "Oh, I don't like Keith Thurman. I don't want to fight with him." What? Doesn't that make for a good fight? Is it with that? You know what that's called? That's called a grudge match, people. That's what sells everything. Think about Charlo, Tony Harrison's second fight. Oh, the animosity. You felt that. That was fire. That is what sells pay-per-views, people. Imagine how the 3rd fight between Deontay Wilder and Tyson Fury would be. Oh, you said this, you did that, you cheated me here, you lied to me, you did this, you tried to run off. Oh, it's going to be fireworks. Ooh, they're going to have to keep them separated. It's going to be crazy. Just think about it. But, I mean, it is what it is with that situation. But Bob said, you know, Tyson Fury came to him and said, I'm not fighting Deontay Wilder. And they're trying to do AJ and Fury. And supposedly they have, Bob revealed in the interview that they do have a location. They don't have a date yet, but they do have a location. They're trying to get the mediation taken care of with Deontay Wilder. And then the WBO side with AJ, with Usyk, they're trying to get Usyk to, I guess, I seen Eddie Hearn talking about it. He said he wants Joe Joyce to fight Usyk for the interim WBO belt. I'm cool with that, me personally. Now, if I'm Usyk, I don't know how to feel about that. I do believe they did. Joe Joyce and Usyk did fight in the the World Series of boxing, so they know each other. I don't know who won that, but then again, you forget Usyk has been waiting on his mandatory since he moved up to heavyweight. He fought what, Chaz Witherspoon. Then he just fought Chisora. Controversy with that. You know what I'm saying? Now he's dropped. Now he's not with Eddie anymore, Matchroom anymore. Bob Arum wants to sign Usyk, so I don't know how this is gonna work. I think Bob is playing it real smart. I ain't gonna lie. The moves that he's making, signing Tyson Fury, trying to get Usyk, you know what I'm saying? He's making some real serious moves out here. But if Joe Joyce and Usyk fight for the WBO, that's cool. That clears up AJ, and hopefully the mediation with Deontay Wilder and Tyson Fury, they take care of each other. Then they can have the fight. Or if none of that works, AJ and Tyson Fury talk about dropping the belts. Oh, so you mean to tell me? I thought this was for undisputed, right? I thought the whole point of even fighting was to get all the belts from AJ's side. Now all of a sudden, see that's what they wanted to do with Deontay Wilder. Deontay Wilder wanted to have undisputed. No, we have a mandatory in Pacquiao. We got to do this fight. Now we have a mandatory in Usyk. You don't want to do that mandatory. You rather drop the belt to go make undisputed. Well, go make the biggest fight in UK history with Tyson Fury, which makes no sense to me. That's being a hypocrite. That's being a liar. That's ridiculous. But hey, Eddie Hearn did come out and say, hey, the sanctioning bodies, he wants to do it with the sanctioning bodies. It's always a mandatory with an unproven guy. And I agree 100%. How many mandatories just pop up out of nowhere with guys that we've never heard of? Not only never heard of, but they haven't fought anybody. I can see if you beat somebody, you beat somebody in the top 5. Okay, cool. I'm all for that. Hey, he earned his shot. Let another guy get in there, you know what I'm saying, and fight him. Okay, cool. He's proven mandatory, cool. But these guys that be popping up in a lot of these mandatories nowadays, I don't know who these dudes are. Think about the last guy Triple G just fought. I never heard of this dude, bruh. Never heard. And it's clear. You can clearly see the difference of levels. It's levels in the game. Triple G could have got him up out of there a lot earlier. He put him down about 4 or 5 times. You know what I'm saying? Mean Machine. Mean Machine's okay, but he was coming off of a draw to Ray Robinson to fight Terrence Crawford. How you come off a draw and you're mandatory? Then you get stopped. Now he did drop Terrence Crawford, but hey, that's just Terrence Crawford being Terrence Crawford. Taking chances and stuff. I ain't gonna get into all that, but nonetheless, like he wasn't proven. I don't care about none of these guys. We could have so many bigger fights, and we could bring boxing back the way how it used to be if we have the best fight the best. I feel like if you in the top 6, you should be fighting top 6 guys. Like let's literally if you think about it this way, we have Eddie. If we go by Eddie Hearn, what Eddie Hearn wants, and what everybody else wants, because we've been said we should have made a PBC belt, a DAZN belt, and a top ring belt, which ain't nothing but a WBO belt. Let's be honest. But nonetheless, if we just do it like that, and we have it like a structure like the UFC, and we just have top 10 guys, that's your rankings, and then let's go. 1 fight 2, this, that, and the third. These fighters only fight 1 or 2 times a year anyway. Nowadays, why not get the best fights available for the fans? Like, why do we have to wait? Like, we'll have a guy that's okay, and then he looks really good because he's knocking everybody out. But then you look at the guys he's knocking out, it's like, wait, this guy's moving up. This guy's a small guy. This guy ain't got no power. Who is this guy? And then on top of that, you look at the division and you see like everybody else got a belt, but how come you're not fighting? You got all these belts out here, and these guys aren't even fighting guys with belts. You got mandatories turning down chances with the champion nowadays because they think they're bigger than the belt. Ryan Garcia, Devin Haney, for example. It's got to stop, bro. We got to get boxing back. I understand it's a business, but wouldn't it make more sense and wouldn't it make more dollars if the best fought the best? I'm not even saying the super fights. Now the super fights, you're gonna have maybe 1 or 2 super fights a year. Okay, I'm talking about just the guys underneath. Like you know what I'm saying? Like, give me Danny Garcia and Mikey Garcia, Mexico, Puerto Rico. That's a good. That was supposed to happen last year. You know what I'm saying? Give me Errol Spence and Keith Thurman while we wait on Bud and Errol Spence. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's just common sense stuff. I don't know, but that's that situation. What else did I have on there? Conor McGregor, Manny Pacquiao. Conor McGregor, Manny Pacquiao said he wants to experience and see how it is to fight an MMA guy. We can, Conor McGregor just put a video out. If you check my past videos, I think it's the last video underneath this live. It's Conor McGregor speaking on it. Conor McGregor has a fight with Dustin Poirier over in I believe it is in over in Dubai area or something like that. In Abu Dhabi, the Fight Island or whatever UFC. That's in next week. So of course they're gonna ask him of course they're gonna ask him about Manny Pacquiao. Now, with that being said, he said, "Hey, it could happen at the end of the year, it's the end of 2021." I don't know what weight they would probably fight at. It would probably be at a catch weight, but it's just weird. The WBC, Suleiman came out and said, "Oh, Conor McGregor, all he has to do is put on a pair of gloves and he gets a title shot." How disrespectful is that to all the other fighters that have been working their way up in the ranking system? That is so disrespectful, bro. I feel a certain way about that. I really do. This guy's 0-1. 0-1. And he just automatically gets the title shot? Really? All he gotta do is put the gloves on? That just goes to show these sanctioning body, it's all a money grab, bro. Now, if I was with the WBC or whatever sanctioned body, okay, cool. Because I'm getting my pockets filled, but I'm not. So I'm on the other side. I'm media. I'm fans. Okay? That's where I'm looking at. I'm looking at, dude, it's cool. Okay, if Manny Pacquiao wants to get his money, cool. But you're going to give up that WBA belt because you are the reason you are holding up Undisputed. You really are. And you have been for a while. You could have fought, according to Bob Arum, you could have fought Terrence Crawford. You could have fought Errol Spence. You got in the ring and even told Errol Spence when he said, "Oh, can we get the fight?" He's like, "Oh, why not?" And sat there and lied. Then ran away and went and fought Keith Thurman. You wanted to send Errol Spence an offer right after his car accident, trying to catch him slipping. It's disrespectful to the game. There was rumors of you negotiating with Mikey Garcia, who did nothing at welterweight. He is 1-1 at welterweight. He lost all 12 rounds against Errol Spence. First fight at welterweight, which was a stupid fight. I told y'all that was going to happen, number one. Number two, then he fought Jesse Vargas and ended up beating him. Whoop-de-doo. That's Jesse Vargas. No disrespect to Jesse Vargas, but you're not top level at the welterweight division. And this guy this guy was in the running for a title shot. That's just funny to me. Manny, if you want to get a money grab with McGregor, go do it. Give up the belt. Now, with that being said, I think if Manny gives up the belt, Ugas will be elevated to super WBA champion. And then, of course, there you go. Errol Spence and Ugas can go ahead and unify. Errol Spence will have 3 belts. Then he can get to Terrence Crawford and hopefully get undisputed. It's getting ridiculous, bro. It's really getting ridiculous. So I went through the Kovalev news of him getting synthetic testosterone. Couldn't even afford the real stuff. That's a damn shame. You know what I'm saying? Went through Eddie Hearn wanting to drop the belts or whatever. It's too much going on in boxing right now. I know I'm gonna end up going live later on. I just want to do this quick little live, man. I got to go here and get this smoothie, man. I'm thirsty, you know what I'm saying? I got some things I got to do. I got to do some moving around, run some errands, go get this smoothie real quick. You feel me? But nonetheless, I just feel a certain way about how boxing is. I'm excited and pissed off at the same time. I really am, because we deserve that third fight with Wilder and Fury. Like, I don't care about AJ and Fury. Like, am I gonna watch it? Yeah, but I don't feel the energy like I need to feel, for the heavyweight division if Wilder's not involved. Well, I don't know what it is. You could love him or hate him, but Wilder just gives you devastating knockouts, and he brings that energy. You know what I'm saying? Tyson Fury, I have nothing but respect for his skill set. The boy can fight. Not saying nothing about, against that. AJ cool. It's just I don't feel it, bro. You know what I'm saying? It's just I don't know what it is. I can't really relate to AJ like that. But nonetheless, I'm going. You know what I'm saying? Y'all hit the like button, comment below, share. I just wanted to talk about a couple things, man. I'm going. It's your host, F Merritt, Pound for Pound Box Channel. Click the like button on the way out, man. Support who supports you. Click the subscribe button to hear all things boxing. I'll probably be dropping a couple more videos. It's 2021, man. I'm gonna get some interviews on this channel. Real talk. I'm gonna step out my box, out the shell and get some interviews on here. Anyway, I'm out.